Alright guys, so this is basic SEO with WordPress, the Oxygen builder. We already have the site up and pull it up here. And I already have the plugins installed. So let me go through here and show you which plugins that we need to have installed. Obviously we need Oxygen. We're gonna need Oxygen Gutenberg integration and Rank Math SEO. That is the SEO plugin of choice. And then for the basics for Rank Math SEO, you're gonna go through there and just log in and fill out some of the basic content. We can go through here and kind of see on the back end what we're talking about. So I'm going to dashboard. Here's the options I have enabled: image SEO, instant indexing that correlates to your Google Search Console, link counter, local SEO knowledge graph, schema, and SEO analysis, and of course sitemap, which does go right into your Google Search Console. So we can go from general settings and go through there. Again, these are all just basic settings. Images, this is like your SEO attributes for those images. You can have it automatically do that here. So I just have file name underscore site name underscore the client's business location. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. That way you can kind of catch those SEO little bits from the file and the site, and then having the physical address of the client's location. And I did the same thing down here. Webmaster Tools, again, we have Google Search Console enabled, and then we can go through here and we can add these other keys and IDs for this later on. And that's the basics of that. I'm gonna go ahead and titles and metadata. Again, all this is pretty basic. Your open graph thumbnail, I just made that within Photoshop using the sizes that it provided me. This right here is when you do social share. So if somebody is sharing a link onto social media or any other platform like that, Facebook, Twitter, this image will pop up. And it's good to have just a good clean image. I think this represents the business very well, and it's simple. So it's good to go ahead and have that on there. Your local SEO, this is very important. The name of the company, Aaron Blaylock Law, choose attorney. I just made this quick little logo. The client, most attorneys don't have logos, so it's just a simple name with a color, which represents the business, the URL, the email of the client. Again, you can get all this if you built the site correctly, in the footer or on the contact page. So we have the address here, and then the hours of operation, the contact phone number, and I'm going to just take out these. Price range, if you want to put that on there. I'm sure it's a little bit pricey. For an attorney, about page, you just find the about page in here. You just type in about, and you select it if you made the about page. Same thing with contact. Google Maps API, we don't have that integrated yet, and just hit save changes. Social meta, so this client does not have social media, at least not to our knowledge. So this is where you would plug in that information if you have it. And then same thing going throughout. Everything's pretty basic. Through your setup, not many big changes here. That's basically it. Hit save changes because I changed that from blog post to article. Your pages, again, same thing. And that's most of the basics. You go through your sitemap. It's all pretty common. You get your address here. This is what you would tie into your Google Search Console. Instant indexing. Again, you need to tie in your Bing API key. I will do that down the road. That's for another video if needed. And then we'll come back to this analysis. So let me go to the pages and show you how we set up the SEO. I've already done it on 2 other pages here. You can see I have SEO details, keywords and the schema and the links, and my score. So I would say anything over 50 is pretty good, especially for the type of site that we're working with. I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. So I'll go here, I'll hit criminal and hit edit. So when you first get an Oxygen, if you don't have the Gutenberg enabled, it won't look like this. So let me go ahead and turn Gutenberg off. Let's see here. So if it says right here, it says make this fully page editable in Gutenberg, I'm gonna turn this off just so you can see what it's supposed to look like when you first get in. Let it refresh and update. So this is how it will look when you first get in here. There's no images or text or any type of data right here, which you would want to have. So we're gonna click make this full page editable. Click that, press update. This is really important. That way Google's robots, and when you're indexing, they can read the content that's on there just because we're working within that Oxygen step. So now this is what the page looks like. This is the two things. Again, it makes it readable for those bots, and it allows the client, if they choose to, or if you enable them to edit content here. They can't change the structure of the site, but they can edit what's within the site. So over on the right hand side, you see we have a score, and then you can click that and it'll pull up the rank math sidebar. Awesome. So now we're over on the right hand sidebar. I'm going to copy this description and I'll show you why later. So on the page, copy any type of description or whatever the page is about. And then over on the focus keyword, criminal is the name of this page. So I'm just going to type that in here. And tab. Oh. Right. And I'm just going to try to find something that relates. So I typed in criminal there. My SEO score went up to 64 because it's used throughout the page. It's the title of the page. I'm gonna click this post is pillar content. I recommend this for any type of service-based business and on a service page. So I'm gonna hit edit snippet here. I prefer to leave these how they are, but you can change these if you see fit. And the description, I'm just going to copy and paste this description. If you see here, I have 244 out of 160. I have too many words, so I need to clear this out a little bit. I'm just going to delete this right here. That should help. It's 172. I can go down a little bit more. Delete this. Kind of redundant. There we go. So that should help us a little bit. Exit there. So now you can see other options over here, and you can change the information as you see fit. This is about it for this website. We do have outbound links. See, we have 3 right here, so which is good for SEO. If you can use outbound and inbound links as much as you can, that way Google can follow those to other pages. So I'm gonna hit update right here. Go back, and then now you'll see we have a score here. Again, you can work as hard as you can to get this to green, which is, I believe it's like 80 plus, just if you have time or if you have the information there. This client doesn't have the information there, so we can't really get into that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this real quick, edit all these, and then we're gonna do an SEO score. So I'm gonna come back to that. Awesome, so now we're back. We did a small SEO changes on these pages. You can see none of them are in a green just because we don't have the content to fill up what the requirements are for, but we'll still go with this. Go to rank math, SEO analysis, and we'll start analyzing the website, and let's see what we got here. So we have an SEO score of 87 out of 100. This isn't bad. And it kind of gives us some warnings here. Some with the alt tags missing, and we can go through our site and we can change these. These are all, it's good to have this so we can see what's going on. Everything, there are some changes that need to be made, but overall, pretty good SEO for this site, especially with the amount of information that we were given. If you're just going through this site, it's very, even though it's beautiful, it's very basic. There's not much information on here, but doing what we just did is going to allow search engines to gather this data, see what our keywords are, and then rank this data. So overall, I think for the basic SEO, we've done a great job, and we can do more in the future if we get more information from the client. But this is just basic SEO working with WordPress and Oxygen and SEO Rank Math. That is all our basics. So if you have any questions, please let me know.